Hey guys, today I will show you how I come up with the ideas for in-app events for the App Store. I think that in-app events are very efficient way to increase your visibility and conversion rate to download for the new users, and also to engage and reactivate your existing users. And that's why I like running them. I usually recommend to run in-app events every month and to kind of like change them one by one. But what I hear and what I read in different communities is that a lot of app developers and small entrepreneurs, they don't really know how to come up with the ideas for these in-app events and what they can communicate. So I will just show you my process of how I do that. Before actually showing you, I want to say that there are different types of in-app events, yeah, and some could be linked to your product changes if you launch a new feature, for example, or if you are running a live challenge or contest, or so something is going on actually in the product, so you can communicate that in the in-app event, and then the tags will be major update or premiere or challenge, right? But another type of in-app events is when you actually don't change anything in the product, but you try to communicate features that are relevant to the season. So for example, if your app has always had I don't know, games with Christmas related content or whatever, right? If it's a big kids app, and there are some mini games that have Santa Claus, then you can communicate it during the, Christmas season, for example. Or if you are a recipe app or a meal planning app, and you have always had recipes that would be nice for a Thanksgiving dinner. Yeah, and now Thanksgiving is coming, so you can create an in-app event communicating that you can help users to prepare for Thanksgiving dinner. So those are the differences, right? Again, as a reminder, metadata in-app events have their own metadata, so you will need to create a title and a short description and a full description. Title is indexed by the search engine. It doesn't mean that the keywords that you use there, you will jump high and be ranked in top 5, yeah, but still those keywords are indexed. You need to know that. You need to create two types of creatives. One is an in-app event card, which is a horizontal image or video that will be displayed in the search results instead of your screenshots, and it will also appear on your product page. And then if you tap on it, it will expand to a vertical image or video that takes up basically the whole screen. And you will also need a deep link or universal link. Yeah, it can be a link that takes a person specifically to the place where you want them to land in the app, or it can just be a link that let's say users that takes users to the app open page. Yeah, so now let's go through the process of how to find ideas for your in-app events. So my process includes several steps. First of all, I'm looking at the app, and I'm actually trying to brainstorm by myself, and some ideas would actually be quite obvious. Yeah, but if you have no idea whatsoever, maybe you have never done marketing before, then I would recommend actually starting by looking at what your competition does. And you don't have to go through, I don't know, your phone and searching for your competitors. You can use ASO tools for that. I'm using an ASO tool called AppTweak, and let's imagine that we will be looking for ideas for an in-app events for the app called Hopper Flights, Hotels and Cars. I already added this app to AppTweak, so if you're new to the tool, the first thing you will need to do is add an app, and you do it by clicking on this button here. So I already added an app, And now what I need to do is I need to add competitors, yeah, for this app. And the way we do that is also by clicking on the button, and then we can either select the suggestions that AppTweak is giving us, or we can also type in some keywords over here. So since we want to spy on our competitors, we want to add as many competitors as possible and as the tool allows us. Not necessarily all the competitors have to be big and famous. What I've seen that a lot of the times companies that are smaller are actually more active using in-app events. So we are now in this very big and serious category, but if your category is smaller and your app is niche, you just add whatever competitors you have there. So now you see that we have all our competitors added here. And there is a feature in AppTweak's dashboard under metadata. There is a feature called timeline. That's where we'll need to go. And I use it all the time, this feature. Yeah, because it shows you what happened to your app and to your competitors in terms of in-app events, screenshot tests, icon A/B tests, within the certain period of time. So right now, AppTweak allows us to see the data within 1 year. So we can select, today is 6th of November, so we can go back 1 year. Yeah, and these purple lines will be in-app events that all of our competitors were running. So what we can do, we went back in time, back to November 2024. And then what we do, we just look through all these in-app events that our competitors were running. The horizontal image or video, this is an in-app event card. If you tap on it, it will be expanded to this in-app event detail page, which is a vertical image. A horizontal image in-app event card appears in search results instead of your screenshots, as well as on your product page. And then when you tap on it, it will expand basically and take up the whole screen. Yeah, and here on the right, you will see which tag was used, what was the event's metadata, so what was the description, short description, and full description, if there were any requirements, and when the in-app event was running. So Hopper is our app that I added, and you can see this app's in-app event as well as everything else. So you can see all of these in-app events, seasonal, updates, features, whatever, for all the competitors that you've added. And you are moving, along this timeline up to today. The green dots that you are seeing here are app updates. And this is also a very handy tool to see what was actually happening with the app, with your competitor, when was something changed. And these yellow lines are A/B tests. So you can also spy on what A/B tests your competitors have been doing. So this is one of the very effective and fast ways to come up with the ideas to run for your own app. Another thing that you can do, and this is not instead of competitor research, this is in addition to competitor research, is actually ask LLMs to help you and come up with the ideas for these in-app events. And now I will show you which prompt I usually use and how I communicate with LLMs to get what I need. So I went to ChatGPT and I wrote a prompt. I said that I'm an app marketer working with an app that is about travel, flights, and booking hotels. If you have a specific name of the app, you can also give it here. I want to create a calendar of in-app events for 2026, and I need help in creating a list of in-app events that I can run every month. So it's important to state here that you want a monthly calendar. Yeah, so it doesn't give you 3 in-app events, but you actually get an extensive list. And I say that there can also be several in-app events, and the in-app event could be linked to specific seasons, seasonal or professional holiday, national and international holidays, observances and occurrences. Yeah, because there are a lot of those fun international, I don't know, day of pets or whatever. Yeah, that could be maybe relevant to your app. And then I mentioned that my focus market is the US, and that's because in-app events can be localized. So if you are wondering about another market, you should mention it here. And then ChatGPT tells you blah blah blah, that's a good strategy, and then it gives you a list of different ideas that you can then consider for your in-app events for each month. And it doesn't mean that you need to take every single one of them. You can take the ones that you either like the most or that are the most relevant to your app, or maybe some holidays are more popular than the others, and you can go from there. So you see that for each month it gave us 3 suggestions, and some of them are quite nice. Here for January, New Year Getaways 2026, Winter Escape Sale, Valentine's Day Romantic Escapes. It gives you also some dates. Yeah, that's also an indication. So for example, here for Martin Luther King Jr. Weekend Deals, yeah, it gives only several days for the in-app event. Here it gives only 1 day. I usually recommend running in-app, or for Easter only 3 days. I usually recommend running in-app events a little bit longer, maybe 1 week or 2 weeks, right? That's because there is usually some preparation stage. Yeah, people start preparing for Easter not on the Easter I don't know, Sunday. Yeah, probably like a month before something. So you would usually start running your in-app event earlier than the holiday itself, and then you have, yeah, a list of suggestions for the summer, for fall, etc., etc. Then it gives you some, yeah, bonus suggestions. So the next step of what you do with this, you pick the ones that you really are interested in, and then you actually can ask the LLM to create metadata for you. Yeah, also be careful because not always it follows the character limit, so you will need to explain that title should be 30 characters, short description should be 50 characters, please include this and this keyword, because as I mentioned, the keywords are indexed. Yeah, also a lot of the times if you don't give some previous examples or references, the tone of voice will be a little bit off, at least for me. Yeah. So maybe you will need to rework that, but that's still a very good tool to come up with the ideas and then actually create metadata for your in-app events. If you are a very detailed oriented person, you can also Google and type in something like holidays in the US or in another country, or observances in the US, and then just also look through different websites and see what kind of holidays could be relevant to your app. Not always ChatGPT can cover everything. If you see that it's not enough or it's not very relevant, that maybe you will need to do one additional step by actually doing the web search. But in my experience, doing competitor research plus ChatGPT is actually enough to have ideas to run in-app events every month. Then the way you organize your calendar is totally up to you. I keep that in my documents and I have a calendar for the full year. That's especially if you work in the team, it's important that, I don't know, designer plans their work accordingly, I don't know, a development team plans their work accordingly to give you the necessary deep link. You also understand, okay, that this month I need to prepare metadata for the next month. So that's totally up to you how you organize that. But yeah, as I say, for me, having a list of everything for the whole year is actually a good idea. Well, I hope that was useful. Let me know in the comments if I haven't covered anything, or if you need any additional information. We'll be happy to answer. Subscribe to the channel for more tips or tutorials. Cheers.